Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of me talking, Anakin. If you're new here, my name is Anakin MacArthur, and today I'm going to be recapping my life, my personal life, over the course of the past 30 days. And I've posted every single day in these past 25 days. I have 5 more days to go, so just keeping it going. But yeah, it's been interesting. Very interesting. So when I started making these videos, I did not have a job. I was looking at a serving position at a restaurant near me. And so over the course of the past 25 days, I worked at that restaurant for about 7 days. And it wasn't ringing my bells, so I quit without a plan, without a backup. And today I have an interview at 11:30 for a sales position at the mall. So we'll see how that goes. We will see how that goes. But another thing that I've been doing over the course of this past month is a lot of emotional release. A lot of emotional stuff has been coming up out of my system. And I really had a big breakthrough last night. And that big breakthrough was I connected back with Jesus Christ and with my higher self in a way that I haven't connected to. I haven't connected to that center in a while. Probably just before I started working at Cracker Barrel. And so being thrown into the Cracker Barrel environment really threw my energy through some sort of loop, and I wasn't able to get my center there. Not saying that it was the environment that caused that. It's probably me manifesting myself to be in that situation, because I actually don't want to be a restaurant server for the rest of my life. I probably manifested that to push myself to the next thing. And so it was an overall really, really great experience. I met a lot of people, a lot of good people, and I made some connections even. And I'm about to go to a guy's house. He has an Andy Warhol painting, and he has a couple classic cars that he's going to show me. Yeah, I made some connections there. That was really, really cool. In terms of my sociality, I have been a hermit. I've been staying in, or going out to go to the gym, or going on hikes by myself. I did go out with a couple friends for like food and drinks, and not drinks. I don't drink alcohol, but we went out for food, and went out with a couple of my friends to talk about business. Went to the gym with a couple of my friends. And yeah, I've just been reconnecting with, I guess that's what the breakthrough was last night. It was me coming back into, okay, I love this world. This world is full of beauty. I'm grateful for everything in this world. And I think, see, I don't want to say that I was like completely taken out of that. But during the hours in which I was working a job that I didn't like, it was taking me out of my purpose. I wasn't feeling my heart center. I was feeling locked up in my stomach. And so I stopped showing up on Mother's Day. Mother's Day this week. And I started going back to the door dashing, because I think that door dashing it's very nice because I'm alone. I get to listen to Abraham Hicks or Dan Kennedy or Alex Hormozy or somebody who's brilliant like Alan Watts or Ram Dass, or music. I get to listen to something great. I get to be in my own energy, and I get to decide when I take my breaks, decide when I go eat, decide when I'm working, where I'm working, all that stuff. Okay, so it's more in line with what I really want, which is to own my own business, my own thing, my own empire. And so, as long as I'm doing things that are in alignment with owning my own empire, then I believe that I'm on the right track. See, I'm at a point where my mind is actually behind my feelings. And so the more I try to rationalize what I'm going through, the less I know about what I'm going through. And the less I try to rationalize it, the more I'm in a knowing place of what it is. Um, and I guess, see, even saying that makes me feel these internal feelings that are amazing. I really like them. They're really making me feel happy. And yeah, I'm an advocate of just going. Like, I went to that job for a week, and then I just decided like this wasn't for me, and I left. I didn't wait. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't say, here's my 2 weeks. I just stopped showing up because, like, it's a right to work place. They can fire me at any time, so I'm gonna leave at any time. Okay, and that's really how I look at it. You know, I I believe that if I'm ever in a situation that I don't want to be in, we're in a new age. This is a new wave of vibrational energy. This is a new earth that we are on. I'm in a new state of consciousness. I'm in a different dimensional energy. I don't need to be experiencing anything that I don't want to experience. If I'm not enjoying myself, if I don't feel good, if I'm not learning new things and actively participating in my events that are surrounding me and feeling the abundance that's coming towards me, if I'm not feeling all those things, then why am I there? And so on Saturday, I just said to myself, I'm done. I am done. And then I goodwilled all the stuff that I bought to, like all the shoes that I had and the polo and the stuff that they gave me, just goodwilled it. Gone. Out of my life. And on to the next. Right after that, I got a job offering for a sales position in Killeen, Texas, which is an hour away. And so I declined. Well, I accepted it. And then I found out that I was an hour away. So I texted the guy and I said I declined. It's an hour away. I don't want to drive an hour. And see, this is what I'm doing. I am filtering out what I do not want in my life. By saying yes, by doing the thing, realizing I don't want to do the thing, and then deciding that I'm not going to do the thing. And I think that's what it is, because by experiencing the contrast or experiencing the thing that I don't want, I'm able to come to terms with, okay, this is what I don't want. So this other thing, which is opposite or different than this, is what I do want. And all I really have to do is come to these decisions about what do I want to be doing and how do I want to be doing it and who do I want to be doing it with. And when I make those decisions, I start to see things falling into place, just falling into place. I'm also a firm believer in just living out your days. Like, I live out my days. So I was watching a video yesterday, and the guy said something, and he said, I don't want to add more days to my life. He said, it's not about adding more days to your life. It's about adding more life to your days. And I just really resonated with that. It really hit home for me. I really wanted to experience more life in my days when he was saying that. And I was like, how can I put more life in my days? And I think life is about activity. So I'm looking for activities for me to do. I'm looking for things and events and people to talk to and events to go to and things to participate in. And when I find the things that I think I want, I do them right away. Do them. So, like, for instance, I declined that sales position in Killeen, but I was like, maybe I'll learn something from sales. So I immediately went on and got another one at the Richland Mall. So I'm going to be going there today at 11:30 and checking that out. But another thing I've been considering is just not having a job at all. Maybe I'll start my own business in Waco or start my own business somewhere else or online. But it's not a maybe. It's a definitely. It is a definitely. I am definitely going to start a business online or in Waco in person. It's just a matter of time and a matter of alignment. And so instead of trying to come up with ideas for a business or ideas from others or ideas that I can interpret into a business idea, all I am to do is get into alignment with my highest version, and he will receive the ideas that he needs at the times that he needs them. And I guess that is what the faith is. That is what faith is to me. I am dwelling in this faithful place where I am accepting things as they come. And when something comes that I don't like, and how do I know I don't like it? Well, it doesn't make me feel good. I reject it. And when something makes me feel amazing, I accept it with full force and vigor. Just like a magnet, okay? A magnet does not only attract, a magnet also repels. Think about that. So a magnet, which our hearts are, a magnet does not only attract, but it repels that which is unlike it, unlikened to itself, okay? So it's this balance that I'm learning right now of saying yes to the opportunities and saying yes to the events and saying yes to the activities and saying no to the opportunities, saying no to the events and no to the activities. And here's the discernment that I'm learning. It's like if it makes me feel good and I really am inspired to do it, and wild horses can't hold me back from doing this thing. Like seriously, if they were trying to hold me back, they wouldn't fucking do anything. Excuse my language, but they wouldn't be able to hold me back. And so I go do those things. I say yes to those things. And when I feel resistance towards something like, sort of, but not really, I say no, not until I feel like I really want to do it. That is when I go forward. That is when I start my journey towards that thing. When I'm just like, oh yeah, I just want to do that thing. But then there's this in-between thing, which is, what is the things that I'm already doing and saying yes to that I formed a habit around that is no longer serving me? And see, this is interesting because as I grow, I'm learning that things that did once serve me very well, like super very well, the things that have served me in the past no longer serve me, like at all. They don't even serve my ego. Like some of these things I'm just doing to do because it's a habit, because my body is trained to do it. And so I'm working on right now getting out of my body and into my energy, becoming more energy than I am matter. And really, I read this book yesterday. It's called The Power of Suggestion. It's a really short, small book. You can find, I don't know if you can find it online. I'll check it out, see if you can find it. But it's called The Power of Suggestion. It's a small little 80-page book. It's probably about that big. I don't have it on me right now, but it's smaller than this guy right here. It's smaller than this guy, like that. And it's real short. But I read it, and it talks about, it was written in 1906. And it talks about, and I have the notes up right here actually. There's multiple different types of suggestion. He says there's about 4, okay? There's hereditary, there's environmental, there's public opinion, and then there's autosuggestion. And half the book is auto-suggestion. That's the last half. But I think suggestion is what I'm learning, really. He says, or he wrote in the book that there's hereditary suggestion, which states that, diseases don't actually come from your genes. They come from the tendencies and behaviors that you inherit, not from your genes. They come from the suggestions that were given to you as a child. Okay, so when you were a child, or when you were growing old, or even now, when your parents tell you, hey, our family has a history of this, that's a suggestion. And if you choose to agree with that suggestion, and this is another thing that the Four Agreements talks about, agreements that we make throughout the day without even knowing it. So that's a suggestion. And if you agree to that suggestion, even subconsciously or unconsciously, you now have that programming within you. And then you have environmental suggestions. So this is what your house looked like when you were a kid, the furnishing. And even if your parents weren't well off, or they were impoverished or whatever, it's about the artistic nature of the environment, the cleanliness and the artistic nature. So it's not really about, was it expensive? It's more, okay, did it serve a purpose? Was it beautiful? Was it clean, ordered? And clean and ordered decorums will lead to children that are noble. And as well as he also said, with environmental suggestion, that parents who fight in front of their children are suggesting that the world is full of fighting to the kid. Whereas parents who do their fighting in privacy will lead to a more noble and righteous child, okay, when they grow older. And then there's public opinion. And this is a big one, public opinion. This is like when you go out in public and there are social norms, maybe unspoken, maybe spoken, but there are social norms which humans have a natural tendency to conform, to mimic other humans for survival. So like, if I told you to squeeze your anus and focus on your third eye chakra while taking a deep breath in, it may sound weird, and it may look weird when I'm doing it. It may look really weird, but if you see in a room full of 1,000 people doing that same thing, and you're in the midst of them, and you look to your left, and everybody to your left is doing it. You look to your right, everybody to your right is doing it. In front of you, everybody's doing it. Behind you, everybody's doing it. Chances are you're probably going to start to try to do it. Okay, and that's public opinion suggestion. It's just a suggestion of your environment, okay? And he says there's 3 things that, and this is what I'm learning. Like literally, I read this book, I'm learning this, these are my notes. I'm actually learning suggestion as I'm reading these books. Everything is synchronistic. Everything is synchronicity. Synchronicity? Yeah, Carl Jung, synchronicity. Amazing guy. Okay, 3 things. Clear and definite intention. When you make a suggestion, and now this is when we become creators, okay? Because at first, we are the created. We are basically just suggestions. We are a creation of our hereditary, environmental, and public opinion suggestions. Almost no auto-suggestion takes place. And if it usually if auto-suggestion has taken place, it's sort of negative, okay? So, how can we take our power back, become creators, and suggest our lives into existence and use auto-suggestion, which is self-suggestion. Auto just means self, like autobiography, auto means self-suggestion. So first, clear and definite intention. Second, a series of like suggestions. So not just one suggestion, but many different said things that are all aligned. And then 3, daily, regular repetition. So how can you change by suggesting to yourself with a clear and definite intention of what you want in a series of like words or synonymous things regularly, you can then change your reality. And what's cool and interesting about this is it's all written in Dr. Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural. All of this auto-suggestion stuff, suggestion, and it's also written in multiple hypnosis books, self-hypnosis, The Art of Hypnotism. These books all talk about suggestion. And so suggestion is this really, really cool law because it is influence. It is how you influence yourself and others in your environment to do the things that you want them and yourself to do. Okay? That's the book I read yesterday. That's really what I'm going through, just the job things, just job searching, career searching. I really don't like working jobs. I don't want to work for anybody. I actually firmly believe in working for yourself or your family, or getting a group of like-minded individuals together and creating wealth together. That's what I really believe in. So if you're interested in getting together with me and like networking and creating wealth and talking about ways and creation of wealth, comment down below because I just want to know if you guys are part of that tribe. And if you are, comment down below. We'll get in contact. Maybe we'll even make a community somewhere. I don't know where yet, but that'd be really cool. I'd really like to connect with some like-minded individuals. Yeah, and I spoke about a little bit, I touched on the subject of being in my hermit mode right now. It's because I'm in a season of my life where I am making decisions. It's like I came out of a tunnel. I saw bright, amazing lights, beauty, and then I went right back into a tunnel. And then I got out of that tunnel too. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to go down these tunnels, but there is a tunnel, or there is like activity that I do want to be doing with my life. So I'm just coming into that awareness and unfolding like a lotus flower, slowly, but unfolding. And I hope this video, you can relate to it in some way. I hope it helps you in some way. Like the video if it did. Comment down below if you want to hear more stuff. Anything that you want to hear me talk about, comment it down below. And then subscribe if you want to hear more stuff from me. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.